So on last class, what we have seen, sir? Last class, creating of server and showing the front end part of application, right? In day one, I said about architectures, correct? Day two, what we have done? Implementation of architecture, right? In day three, we are going to talk about the servers and what kind of servers we are going to use on real time. Okay. So for that purpose, I'll ask you one question. All of you have computers here? Computers. One small pet we have. Have it, right? At least laptops. My question for all of you is, sir, you are having one computer. You are having one computer. In that computer, we are going to do our practice. Okay. My question is, how you are going to communicate with computers? Operating system. Sir, computer speak which language, sir? Do we know binary languages? Can I learn binary language? If you go to around the world, no one is able to teach you. Correct, right? At the same time, can computer speak Telugu, Hindi, English? That means we need to communicate with them or not. Without communicate, can I able to work with my computers? That means, sir, our servers is equal to computers or not, sir? If computer required operating system, then servers required OS or not? Why to require the OS means simply server means which serve to the end users. Server means what? Serves to the end user. That means if server want to serve, first of all, it need to communicate or not. For that communication, what we are using? Operating system. What we are using? In your last class, I clearly said. So we are going to take operating system from where, sir? AMI. Where we are going to take from? AMI. Fine. Okay, fine. Sir, you said that we required operating system to communicate. I clearly agreed. But what my point is here, I just want to have one clarity from your end. How many type of operating systems we have? How many type of operating systems? If anyone tell the answer, I'll give one wonderful gift for you. Damn sure it will be a good gift. Huh? More than 100? More than 100? I am not sure. 4? Okay. Tell me, what are those 4? Windows, Linux, iOS, Ubuntu. Ubuntu is not an operating system, unfortunately. Eh? Java, na? Let me drink some water first of all. Java is a programming language. It's not an operating system, okay? So let's talk about operating systems today. Why? Because without operating system, we cannot communicate with computers. All of you know this point, right? Without operating system, can I communicate with server? If I cannot communicate with server, how can I work with server, sir? All right. First of all, I'll talk about operating system. What is operating system, sir? Use it to communicate with servers or systems. Simply, not only servers. We can communicate with those like local laptop, right? That's it. So just write this basic definition first of all. So coming to the OS, basically we have only 3 types of operating systems. How many? 3 types. First of all, the definition of operating system is clear for you. What is operating system, sir? Use it to communicate with the. Why we need to communicate with server? We want, as a Devops engineer, we want to work with servers. All of you know this point, right? It is our responsibility. What it is? So if I want to work with computer, I mean like I want to work with server, I need to communicate with them, right? How I can communicate? With the help of OS. OS full form? Operating system. Is it clear for you? Sir, how many types of operating systems we have? 3. When I talk about types of operating system, the first one, very famous around the globe, is Windows. What it is? Second one is Linux. Third one, Mac OS. What you can call it as? So simply we can call it as like iOS as well, like but better to prefer Mac OS. Clear now? Sir, these are the only three major types. Of course, like we have a lot of type of operating system, but I'm talking about major. What I'm talking about? Majorly what we have, first one is Windows, second one Linux, third one Mac OS. Sir, my question is, pronounce that word actually. How you can pronounce? Is that Linux or Linux? How many of you say Linux? Raise your hands. Even I say Linux. Sure. How many of you say Linux? Can I also? Which one is correct? Both are correct. See, pronouncing a word is always depends upon accent, right? How many accents we have? Number of accent. If you talk about English, Indians will pronounce one type. But if you go for foreigners, like if you go for Spain, Germany, French, and like we have different kind of accent, right? So depends upon the accent, the word is going to change. The exact name of operating system is Linux only. What we can call it as Linux, but we can also call it as Linux. Write this point. Got this point? Is it possible, sir? Possible. In mind it is possible, not in notes, right? So Linux is also called as Linux. Okay, sir, fine. My question for you is, why to use Linux, sir? Why to use Linux? So remember, already I said, okay, in your real time, every electronic gadget we are using is completely dependent upon Linux operating system only. For example, I'll tell about three major things. At the end of this one, tell me, can we survive a single day without these three gadgets? First of all, can we survive our day without having smartphones, sir? Is it possible? No. Can I spare a day without having supercomputers? Yes, sir. If there is no supercomputer, we cannot get weather report, right? How can we get the weather report? Is it possible? Highly impossible. And electronic gadget like smart watches and TVs as well. Sir, are these playing major role on our daily life or not, sir? But all of them are depending upon Linux operating system only. All of them are depending upon. So if you talk about smartwatches, if you talk about smartphones, or if you talk about supercomputers as well, every electronic gadget is completely depending upon which platform? Linux platform. Sir, we have a lot of platforms like Windows and Mac OS, right? But why specifically we are opting for Linux? Means Linux is having a lot of advantages. Linux is having a lot of. Sir, tell me any few advantages. Means first of all, when you buy your computer, we need to buy license for Windows or not, sir? We need to buy license or not? First one, Windows is completely paid version, but whereas Linux is free and open source. Linux is free and it is the first advantage to use the Linux. Second one is, sir, in Windows, if I want to protect my computer, what I need to install? Antivirus softwares, right? But no need to install here. Linux doesn't require antivirus software. Clear now? So no need to install like security. Security is very high. Clear now? Third one, sir, you are having Windows laptop or not? Whenever you work with laptop, sometimes our system will hang, right? How frequent it will occur? At least once in a week, damn sure, right? But Linux will never hang. Linux will, that means performance is too good. Performance is too good. Clear, sir? What is the first advantage? Free and open source. Windows, we need to buy license. But for Linux, no need. Second one, security. For Windows, we need to install antivirus softwares. But for Linux, do we require, sir? No. Third one. So Windows server, sometimes it will be hanged. But Linux, will it hang, sir? Is it possible? No. So not only these three, sir, again, we have lot of advantages. The fourth one is it is multi-user based. It is called as multi-user based. What is multi-user based? Means within single time, multiple people can able to work on the Linux operating system. For example, I am the user 1. You are the user 2. Somebody is user 3. Every user can able to work on the Linux operating system. The point clear for all of you? What is the meaning of multi-user based here? Multi-user based means multiple people can able to work on the same time. Okay, sir, fine. And again, the advantage number 5 is, can anyone tell me one more advantage? Multitasking. All of you do it or not? When you are on our like graduation, so Corona happened, right? On your graduation. So front side Zoom is opening, but after mom and dad go aside, what will play? PUBG will play or not? Front side is Zoom, back side is play PUBG or not? Haven't you played? Don't tell me haven't you played. If you are not playing PUBG, how can we become graduates? Right? Okay. So it is multitasking. That means at a single time, you can perform multiple tasks. You can see video games. Okay, you can you can go for some software updates, and you can go for some video games, and you can see YouTube, and you can use some editors. That means not only single operation, within a single time, we can be able to perform multiple operations. That is what we call as multitasking. What we can call it as? Sir, having all of this advantage, can I prefer Windows, sir? No. Even I don't want all of the advantages. Forget about the last 4. What is the first one? Who we are Indians. Whenever we see something is free, directly go down. Correct or not? Whatever we can see free, first of all, we will use it. We don't check what is happening inside it. Okay. So the first parameter to select the Linux operating system is the Linux is very free. That means we need to pay money, sir? No. So now tell me, which one is better for you now? Windows or Linux now? Linux. For that purpose, in real time, completely you are going to work on Linux operating system only. From today onwards, erase Windows from your brain. Why? Because in real time, you will never work on Windows. If you ask me, out of 100, 96% of servers will be on. Sir, how much is 96%, sir? Completely, almost all, right? That means if you see out of every 100 servers, 96 servers will be running on which one? Linux operating system. Clear now? Okay, sir, our course is Devops. But why you are teaching Linux is, I already said, as a Devops engineer, we are going to work on servers. Correct or not, sir? If you want to work on servers, what kind of servers we are working on? Linux servers only. That means you need to have minimal knowledge on Linux or not, sir? You need to have or not? So for that purpose, I am starting the Linux classes initially. Okay. You need to have some minimal basic commands to understand the DevOps. Sir, if I don't teach Linux here, directly if I go for DevOps, you will not get anything. So already said, right? Our course will be on sequence format. First of all, you are going to learn here Linux. After Linux, you are going to learn DevOps. And finally, you are going to learn AWS. This is going to be your sequence. Sir, if I don't teach you Linux, if I directly teach you DevOps, you will get nothing. Okay. For that purpose, what is the first thing you are going to learn here? Linux. So do you have some knowledge about Linux now? What is Linux and what is the purpose of using Linux and where we are using Linux on real time? Is it clear for you? Okay. Sir, you said about Linux. Linux is very good operating system when compared to other operating system. But if I want to practice on Linux, how can I practice? Do we need to install a Linux operating system here? Not required, right? Already in last class, I create one server or not, sir? In that server, we have operating system or not, sir? Which operating system we have? Linux operating system. Which one? So remember, in our class, we no need to install any kind of operating system. Why? Because all of the operating systems we are getting from where? From the AMI. Can we get Ubuntu here? Yes. Can we get here Linux? Can we get here Windows? Yes. Even we can get Mac OS as well. Everything you are getting from the AMI. Where we are getting from? What is the meaning of AMI? What it is? Amazon, not it is Amazon. Someone said Amazon, okay? It's not like that. Amazon mission image. What we are going to call it as? Okay, sir. So let's try to work with Linux. But before that, if I want to work with Linux, I need to create one server or not, sir? Let's recap about server, what we have seen on last class. So the people who came for day one, okay? So this class is already done. Please meet me after the session, okay? I am going to recap for you one, like what exactly done. I'll give one backup session for you when you are free. Fine. Sir, what is a server, sir? Server serves the service to end user. So what kind of server we have seen on last class? Web server. What is the purpose of using web server? To show the application. Fine. If I want to create a server, what we need to have, sir? Cloud account. So what is the cloud we are using on our course? AWS cloud. Which cloud? So if I want to create AWS cloud, first of all, I need to have some cards here. Have anyone bought the cards? None of you bought the cards, right? Oh, free trial cards. So I'll tell you tomorrow. Basically, if you want to create the AWS account, you need to have some cards that can be credit card or either debit card. Okay. So the cards which we are going to use to create AWS account is MasterCard, Visa card, American Express, and if the people who are from US, they can use one more card called as Discovery. That is also going to be acceptable. RuPay will not be acceptable. Okay. With the help of RuPay card, we cannot create AWS account. Clear for you? What kind of cards we can use? American Express, Visa, and MasterCard. But RuPay card will not work. It can be either credit card or you can use debit card as well. So tomorrow coming to the class, please bring your cards. Okay, I'll show you how to create AWS account for you. And how many of you bought your laptops today? Okay, all of you can go to the lab and you can practice. I'll show you some other terminal to practice. Don't worry. Sir, to create our server, how many steps we want to perform? 7 steps. All of you know about these 7 steps? Sure. Tell me what is your step number 1? Tags. In tags, what we can use, sir? Name. Let me create parallelly for you. So I'll open the console here. I'll open the console. So go to one region. So I'm going for Paris here. Of course, you can take any region. You can use our Mumbai and Hyderabad as well. Click on launch instance. What is your step number 1? Sir, what I can give on tag, sir? Name of my server. So I'm giving it as day 1. Day 1 of Linux class. After tags, what I can give here? AMI. Full form of AMI is Amazon Machine Image. What we can take here? I mean, what we can get from here? We can get the operating system and again we can get the software packages. Sir, if you see, I'm seeing Linux operating system here. I no need to install operating system. Why? Because OS I'm getting from AMI. Clear now? So I said to select second version. Why? Because in real time, always we'll prefer N-1. Latest versions will have some bugs and some limitations. So always prefer N-1 as standard version. Sir, again, if you want to use Windows, are you seeing Windows OS here? And are you seeing Mac OS here? If I scroll down here, if I click on browse more AMIs, you can see Mac OS. You can see on Mac OS, we have something called as, let me show you. Windows Open SUSC. Let me type here Mac. Okay, in this region, we don't have Mac, I think so, but let me check for other region. Remember, all regions will not have all operating systems. Some regions will be restricted for operating system. I'll show you here, you can see Mac directly. So I'm seeing Mac here. But same Mac is not on Paris, right? So AMI is going to be limited for only few regions. I'll talk about this later. Why? Because AMI is a separate concept actually. I'll explain there completely. Okay, sir. Step number 1 is giving name. I am giving the name as day 1. Step number 2, selecting AMI. In AMI, what we have? Operating system. In step number 3, what we are going to have? Instance type. In instance type, what you are going to get? CPU and server needs some hardware configuration, correct? Without CPU and RAM, can I create a server? First of all, is it possible? All right. So in step number 3, I'm gonna select the CPU as well as RAM required to launch my server. I am selecting here T2 micro. What I'm gonna select here? Step number 4 is key pair. Sir, what is the purpose of using key pair? Login purpose, right? So inside that we have some encrypted password. Have I shown you on last class? Okay. How many type of keys we have? 2 types. First one is public key. Who is going to manage public key? AWS. Second one is who is going to manage private key, sir? User. So click on create new key pair and give the key pair name as you want. I am using Graham. It's my name. And you can click on create key pair. By default, it will go for downloads folder. But sir, on last class, already I create one key pair or not, sir? I can use the same key pair. Remember, for your entire classes and for your entire practice, single key pair is enough. How many key pairs you want? Single key pair you can use for multiple servers. Again, so private key is going to manage by user, you said, right? How many type of private keys we have? What are those? PEM and TPK. I'm gonna show you both, okay? Fine. Your step number 5 is network. What is it? Sorry, network, what you are going to define? VPC and security group. What is VPC? Virtual private cloud. Why we need to use VPC? To create our own network. My question is, why to create our own network? Sorry? Yeah, so if you create your own network, network will be on your control, right? So if somebody want to log in, you can control it. Okay. So for that purpose, we will create our own networks on your real time. Next, second one, we can define what? Why security group? In security group, we can define the, sir, why to define port number, sir? To access the application. Why? For example, if my application is running on port number 80, I need to give port number 80 to access my application or not, sir? If my application is running on port number 8080, again I need to access the application or not, sir? So for that purpose, we are defining the security groups. What we are defining? Is the concept clear for you? And what is the range of security groups? 0 to 65,535. Okay, this is the range actually what we are going to define on our server. And finally, step number 6 is what is storage here? RAM or ROM? ROM. What is the minimum storage here? And maximum? Sir, 16 terabytes will we use, sir? All right. If I use, I need to send my land and home actually. That much of amount we are going to get. Okay. So in AWS, all services are not free. For some services, we need to pay the amount. You know, actually what happened one time, unfortunately, I got the RDS server running. I have taken almost 1 terabyte of storage and I have taken 10 CPUs and some other GB of RAM. You know how much billing I got? I got the billing of 2 lakhs just for using the AWS service. But don't worry, I haven't afraid. That's one of my student account. Unfortunately, like you, I have some other batches, right? When my account got deleted, okay, I'll use your accounts. So if I use the account, who is going to get the bill, sir? User, right? So be ready. Who is going to give the account for me on the class? And one more thing is like no need to worry about the billing. What happen is for the first time, basically they won't cut the amount. If you get the billing, you can delete your account actually. Okay. So then even though if you cut the amount, if they cut the amount, we can speak with AWS people and we can get refund as well. First of all, they won't direct the money directly. If we get the billing, we can delete the account, we can create other account as well. Clear for you now? So no matter if you get billing of 1 lakh, 2 lakhs as well, you can directly delete that account. But make sure while you are getting this much of billing, right? Make sure you are using your friend's account. Why? Because if it is ours, what we need to do? Sell one kidney. maximum depends upon your requirement. You can get up to 100 CPUs as well. Like more than 100. Like we can get the 128 CPUs for single server. But that we majorly use for supercomputers, not for ours. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. 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 Exactly. So, for example, if you use AWS server for only 1 hour, they will give the billing for only 1 hour. Okay. After 1 hour, you stopped it. It won't be counted. Clear for you know? That's it. Sir, are these 6 steps clear for all of you? Again, one more thing. Like step number 1 is in tags, what we can do? Name. Step number 2. AMI. Here, what we can do, sir? We can select the operating system and software packages. Step number 3. Instance type. Here, what we can get? CPU and memory, like means hardware. Step number 4 is key pair is used for login purpose. Step number 5. Network. Click on edit. If you want to define your security group, click on edit. So create a new security group. Again, I am going to show security group name as Raham. Sir, what is the default security group type we have? Full form of SSH. What is the port number? What is the purpose of using it? If you want to connect to your server, if I want to connect to my server, security group SH is very, very important. Sir, for example, if you want to call me, you need to have SIM or not, sir, at least. Without SIM, can you able to call me, sir? It is SIM card for our server, simply. If you don't have SSH, we cannot connect to our server. What is the port number for SSH? Definitely your interview point of view question. And one more thing, while explaining the class, right, I'll tell some interview point of view questions. Note that. Flip your notes to back. Turn your notes back. And put the heading as interview questions. Why? Because while middle of the class only, I'll tell interview questions for you. So that means you can practice the concept as well as you can prepare interview questions parallelly. What is SSH and it port number? Like simply write what is SSH. What is SSH? Yeah. So what is SSH? So tell me what is SSH? It's a secure shell. Then use it to connect to our server. What is the port number? Without SSH, can I able to connect to my server? These 2 points are enough. Okay. In interview, they won't expect this much of lengthy answers from you. They won't have the patience to listen as well. Whenever you are answering the interview questions, make sure that your answer must be short and sweet. Okay. Don't elaborate much. Use the simple words to frame the sentence. For example, if they ask me SSH, it is a secure shell. Use it to communicate with our server and the port number is 22. It's enough actually. Okay. If you go for interview, like if you go for internet, right, they will give this much of lengthy definitions. Don't write them. Second one here, I'm going to click on add security rule. So here I need to select all traffic. Click on drop down. Are you seeing all traffic? Instead of custom, what I want to put, sir? Anywhere. So by default, I have 8 GB of server storage. It is enough for me. Click on launch instance. So now is your server going to ready or not, sir? How much time it will take? 30 seconds, right? So let's wait for 30 seconds here and we can proceed. And anyone done your AWS course? Only one. Okay, fine. Okay, Vinith. Sir, if you go and check here, is my server running here? Click on the server. How to connect to my server is, it is very easy. You can connect from browser and you can connect from terminal as well. Are you seeing connect option here? Click on connect. The moment if you click on connect, again you can see one more option called connect here. Are you seeing it? Click on connect again. I'll tell you how to connect with terminals as well. Okay, but directly I cannot show like terminals. Why? Because they will confuse. Okay, so it is the way how you can connect with your servers. But sir, in real time, are we going to connect with server directly on browser? Means of course, you can connect to your servers with the help of terminals. At the same time, you can connect with your servers with the help of browser as well. Okay, I'm going to show you both ways. First of all, today, which method I have shown you? Browser. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to connect with terminal as well. Of course, if you want now, I can show you. But for that purpose, we need to install an application called Mobextem. I already have this application. Don't worry. In tomorrow's class, I'll show you how to install this. In real time, we use this application like to connect with our servers. CD. You don't understand anything here, how I am connecting, but don't worry, like tomorrow I'll show you. And offline, the people who missed yesterday's session, right? You can get the video recording links like this. I'm gonna share you, okay? Meet me after the session. So now I connected to my server, sir. It is your server, real-time server. Okay, fine. Sir, if you see, whenever we are going to work with Linux, first of all, how many modes will have any kind of operating system? How many modes of OS we have actually? Two types of mode. First one is GUI mode. Which mode? GUI mode means you are going to work with your icons, mouse click, keyboard inputs, you are going to pass. But in real time, in Linux servers, we are going to work with CLI mode. Which mode? What is the meaning of CLI? You know, command line interface. What is the meaning of CLI? That means everything you want to work here from commands only. What you want to work with? What is the meaning of command? In general, I'm asking, not technical example. I'm asking in general, what is the meaning of command? Orders, right? If I tell you something, you must need to do it. Correct or not, sir? Here also, if I want to do some activity with the server, I will give a command to the server. Server, perform this operation. Clear now? For example, I ask you to go to the lab. That is command or not, sir? What you will do, you will go to lab or not? Same like here as well. When I want to work with server, I need to communicate with server, right? For that purpose, I'm going to pass the command here. What I'm going to pass? Command. So here modes of Linux. I already said here, for any operating system, how many modes we have, sir? Two modes. First one is GUI mode. Which mode? GUI means graphical user interface. Second one is CLI. CLI means command line interface. Don't worry, I'll give you some time to write the notes. Write slowly. I'll ask you a question. If you want to do a work, which work will you prefer, smart work or hard work? Sure. How many of you prefer hard work here? One, two. Then still? Okay, two people. Hard work or smart work again? Smart work. Then why you are writing the notes? I am giving the notes, right? Simple question. At the end of session, I'll give the notes. Correct or not? And you can take the pictures as well, right? Then what is the purpose of writing the notes? Here. Huh? Handwriting implementation. Huh? Okay, handwriting notes will be more good, huh? To grasp. Okay. Why? Because in my graduation to till now, I never write the notes, even records also. Like I have my friends for it. If I give one dairy milk chocolate, it's enough. Bye. Okay, sir. Like again, it depends upon your choice. If you want to write the notes, I'll encourage you to write the notes. But again, if you don't want to write the notes, I'll encourage more. Why? Because I am writing notes for you, right? I don't need to write the notes. The reason why I'm writing the notes is for you only. After end of the session, this notes is going to be completely given to you for free of cost. Again, if you want to save some paper, please close your books. Okay, fine. How many modes we have, sir? What is the mode number 1? GUI. What is the meaning of GUI? Graphical user interface. Second mode is CLI mode. CLI mode means command line mode. Graphical user interface best example is if I want to do some activity. For example, I want to create a file, sir. Give a right click. If you give some right click, you will get new, right? New text document. I want to create the file called file1. File1 created. It is the way how you work with GUI. How we work here, sir? But in Linux, we are going to work with CLI mode or not, sir? For that purpose, if I want to create a file, I need to pass some commands here. What I need to pass? Command. What is the meaning of command? Ordering to the server. If I want to do any work, I need to give it as a command. How I need to give it as? First command. Every Linux user need to learn is sudo command. Which command, sir? By default, when we log into our server, what is the username? Whatever you are seeing here. By default, whenever we log into our server, EC2 user will be the user. But in real time, we don't work with EC2 user. We need to work with root user only. Which user? The command to switch from EC2 user to root user is sudo -i command. Which command? Currently I'm on which user, guys? Previously I'm on which command I use it to come from EC2 to root user? Is the first command clear? This is very, very basic command. Clear for all of you now? So the command I'm going to write is command number 1 is sudo -i. Sudo -i means to switch from EC2 user to root user. Command number 1 clear? I'll tell one example for you how our course is going to be. I'll teach n number of methods to perform one action, not single method. For example, if I tell you a command, parallel I'll tell activity as well, like how the alternate commands will work. For example, again I'll go to EC2 user. Which user, sir? If I want to go to EC2 user, I need to give the command logout. What you need to give? Logout means again from root to EC2 I came or not, sir? What is the first command I said? Sudo -i means I am going to switch from EC2 user to second command. I'll tell you. The command is sudo su-. Second command or not, sir? Have you got the same output? Clear? I'll tell the third command as well. Same work. But how many commands I'm teaching you? 3 commands. Whichever you are comfortable, use that command. So now again, I need to click the logout. But this time I don't use logout, sir. If I want to log out, I need to give how many letters here? Time waste or not, sir? Just array. Again time waste. Just to give Control D. What I type here? Sir, if I want to type exit as well, how many words I need to press? Again time waste or not, sir? Simply what I'm doing here? Control D. How many keys? 2 keys are saving our time or not, sir? That's it. In real time, we need to save our work by using shortcuts. We need to save our work by using shortcuts. What is the shortcut to log out, sir? Control D. You can take this. Space do you have? Okay, fine. Sir, what is the command to log out, sir? Basically, we can use logout command as well. But what I have shown you? Shortcut. What is the shortcut? Shortcut saving our time or not, sir? That's it. So first command to log into root user is sudo -i. Second command is sudo su-. It is also same purpose or not, sir? Copy this. What is the third command? Again, I'll tell you. Third command is sudo su. Don't give hyphen. Again, you go to which user, sir? Multiple commands doing same work or not, sir? Why I am teaching you multiple commands? In interview, unfortunately, if you miss one command, second command will save you or not, sir? For example, if you learn sudo hyphen I is the command to go from EC2 to root user. Unfortunately, you miss that command. But if I teach you alternate command, you can be able to have some backup or not. That is how our class is going to be. You cannot miss the topic on interview. Why? Because I'll teach at least 2 alternatives for each command, which is going to save your time as well as which is going to save you from the interview as well, right? Fine. How many commands I said you? 3 commands. What is the first command? Sudo hyphen I. Second command is sudo su hyphen. Third command is, what is the purpose? All of this work for the switching from EC to user to. Is it clear, sir? And what is the command? What is the command to go from root user to EC to user? Logout. But what I said to use? Logout is the command, but shortcut is Control D. To switch from root to EC to user. Clear, sir? No? Okay. Again, I'll go to root user. So I'll prefer sudo hyphen I command only. If you give logout Control D again, it will be on logout. Sudo hyphen I give no. Currently you are on root user, right? Okay, sir, fine. For example, now I'm on root user. In real time, entirely we need to work with which user? Currently I'm on which user? In interview, they will ask one question. Damn sure question for fresher. How to check the CPU and memory information of a server? Write this. How to check CPU information and memory information of a server. Right. How to check CPU and memory information of a server. Sir, what is the question? Read me. How to check the CPU information and memory information of a. Okay, sir, fine. Basically, we have multiple commands for it. Sir, CPU information of a server is going to be in the file called CPU info file. Which file? My CPU information is on CPU info file. But unfortunately, this file is on proc folder. Which folder? We have a file called CPU info. This CPU info is presenting on which folder? Sir, if I want to see that file, cat is the command. Remember, cat is the command to show the content of a file. What is the cat command? I am using cat command. I am telling that with the help of cat command, inside the proc folder, I have one file. What is the name of the file? Inside that file, what I have? Inside that file, what I have? CPU information, right? Hit enter. Are you getting CPU information here? Are you seeing my CPU info here? Damn sure question for fresher, not for experience. It is the interview question for the fresher. Of course, experience questions also I'll tell you, but slowly one by one. To show CPU info. What is the command, sir? Cat /proc /CPU info. Sir, is the command easy to remember or difficult to remember? Easy, right? I'll tell you more easy command than this. Do you want it? Sure. Simply ls CPU. The same output you are getting or not, sir? Are you seeing any difference? But if you see the command, first command is having this much of length, but second command is short and sweet, right? Which command you will prefer now? Second command. What is second command? ls CPU. It is also to show the CPU information. To show the CPU information. Sir, for example, in interview, if you are not able to remember cat proc CPU info, ls CPU is easy to remember or not, sir? That's it. Is the command clear for all of you? What is the command to check the CPU information? ls CPU. Another command is cat/proc/CPU info. Clear now? Sir, okay. Second question is how to see the memory information of a server. Sir, again, my memory information is going to place on a file called meminfo file. Which file? In this file, I have memory information. What I have? But unfortunately, this file is on proc folder. Which folder? Sir, what is the command to see a file called meminfo inside proc folder? Cat command, right? cat/proc means inside proc folder, show me the file called memory information. Hit enter. Are you getting my memory information here? Sir, again, lengthiest command or not, sir? Can we remember? Can we remember? No. For that purpose, again, shortcut is lsmem. In shortcut, are you seeing 1 GB here? Is our RAM 1 GB or not, sir? How much of RAM we have taken? Is it showing 1 GB? Yes. So the command to see the memory information is cat proc meminfo to show memory information. Is it clear? What is the alternate command? lsmem. Again to show memory information. Is it clear, sir? Two commands. Whichever you are comfortable, use that command only. Which command you are comfortable with? lsmem. But please prepare second command also. Okay. Why? Because, for example, if you go for interview, if you ask a question, if you give the correct answer, he is satisfied. Sir, but if we give same answer for like a multiple answer for same question, will he be more impressed or not, sir? So in interview, you want to definitely impress them. If they ask single question, try to give multiple answers. Okay. In technically. For example, if they ask what is your name, don't give multiple answers. Okay? Fine. What is the command to see CPU information? ls CPU. And memory information also? Okay, sir. Memory means which memory? RAM or ROM here? But ROM. RAM, right? What is the RAM I have taken? 16 GB. 8 GB I have taken. How much? If it is 16 GB, I'll get billing of 1000 for 10 minutes only. Okay, that much of cost we need to pay actually. Fine, sir. Sir, you shown me about the RAM information. I want to see the ROM information. Which information? We will have again multiple commands for it. I'll teach at least 3 commands now. First command is fdisk-l. What is the first command? If I give the command fdisk-l, am I getting 8 GB here? Am I getting 8 GB or not, sir? Command number 1. Second command is lsblk. lsblk means list the block devices. How much I am getting? Command number 2 or not, sir? Command number 3 is df command. Again, I am getting 8 GB here. Command number 4 is df-m. Again, I am getting 8 GB. Command number 5 is df-i. Again, I am getting 8 GB or not, sir? Question is single question, but how many ways I am showing you? 5, right? Whichever you are comfortable. Again, go for that method. Which method you are comfortable? LSBLK okay for you? LSBLK not okay, na? DFU okay, na? Okay, fine. To show the ROM information. Here, guys, ROM means we need to call it as volume. What we need to call it as? Volume. Volume is called as ROM here. That second command is lsblk to show the volume information. Use these both commands. Okay. Okay, fine. Let me minimize this a bit. Is it fine now? Okay. So let's recap the comments till now. What is the first comment, sir? What is the purpose of using sudo hyphen I? To switch from root user to EC2 to root user. What is the second command? Sudo su hyphen. Third command? Sudo su. Sir, what is the command to come from EC2 to root user? What you said, sir? Control D. But what is the command? Confused, right? Lot of people confused. What is the question I asked? What is the command to switch from EC2 to root user? How many of you said here log out? 50% of you say log out. Correct or not, sir? 50%. Okay, fine. Like, remember, the reason why I asked the question is in interview, if they ask a question, unfortunately, if you give the wrong answer, they won't correct you. Okay. What I am trying to tell you is, whenever the interviewer asked the question, listen to the question properly. Take some time and then give the answer. For example, two people are giving interview for me. First one give the answer very quickly, but it is wrong answer. Second one take some time and give me the perfect answer. Which one I'm going to select now? Huh? Second one, right? So same thing also going to happen. When you are trying to give the answer in very hurry, sometimes you will miss the right answer, right? So don't make it. Take your time, listen to the question and try to answer. Can I ask it again? What is the command to switch from root to EC2 user? What is the command to switch from EC2 to root? Clear now? So listen to the question and try to answer. Sir, what is the shortcut for logout? Control D. What is the command to see the CPU information? ls CPU. And memory information? ls mem. What is the command to see the volume information? ls blk. Second command? fdisk-l. What is the command to see the CPU information, sir? Memory information? Volume information? Are these three commands clear? Perfect then. Okay, sir, fine. Then next, tell me the command. For example, is the question clear for you? What is the question I asked? What is the command to show the CPU and memory information? Is this command showing you the CPU information? Is the second command showing you the memory information? The third command showing you the ROM information? That means volume. Sir, now in interview, if they ask you the question, can you be able to answer or not? Definitely damn sure question preparation, no doubt at all. Okay, then fine. Sir, for example, this time, I want to see the IP address of my server. What I want to see? If config, okay, if config. Then again, first command. It will work. Have I got the IP address? Any alternate command for it? Huh? Only config, sure. IP config, space is there or not? No space, sorry. Which space? Okay. It is telling that unknown command. Whatever the command you are giving now, I don't know about this. If you know me, tell me. It is saying like that only. Sir, to find the IP address of a server, like IP address of a server, we have multiple ways. But before that, what is the meaning of IP address? IP address is nothing but which will help you to communicate with the server. Okay, for example, if you want to call me, you need to have my number or not, sir? If you want to communicate with me like that, server is also going to have some address that is called as IP address. Again, we have a lot of types on it, IPv4, IPv6, which I'm going to tell you on your upcoming classes. Fine now. Sir, what is the first command to tell the IP address means? If config command. Which command? Second command is IP space ADDR. Are you getting the IP address here? Third command is IP ADDR show. Are you getting the IP address? And fourth command is hostname -i. Are you getting the IP address? Single question, but how many answers? 4. You can use all of the 4, right? But prefer always hostname -a. Why? Because it will directly give the IP address only. No need to confuse. For example, if you give the command IP ADDR show, sir, here you are getting lot of IP address, right? But among them, which one is mine, sir? Which one is mine? It is difficult for you, right? For the newly coming people. For that purpose, directly if you give hostname -i, am I going to get the IP address or not, sir? This is the command to show the IP address. What is the first command? If config. Second command is IP space ADDR. Third command is IP space ADDR show. Fourth command is hostname -i. All of these are to show. What is the meaning of IP? Internet protocol. What is the meaning of protocol? Set of rules to follow. What is the meaning of protocol? So here, if you want to communicate with any server, if I want to speak with the server, what I need to have here? Without IP address, I cannot able to communicate with my servers. It is highly impossible. Clear, sir? Fine. So I think these comments will be enough for today. Why? Because it is starting session, right? So one thing I'll tell for all of you, initially Linux class will be a bit slowly. Why? Because here everyone is new for Linux, right? So Linux is not that much of easy to understand, but I'll try to make it easy. Now tell me after the class, whatever the comments I said, are these comments easy to remember or difficult for you? Sure. Easy or difficult? It's not correct. It is difficult. If you listen to the class, it will be very easy. But if you go to out of the class, what will happen, sir? You forgot, right? If I don't want to forget, what I want to do then? Practice. So we are also going to provide practice support, right? So along with me, we are going to have mentor support. So after your class is done, you need to go to lab. In lab, you are going to find me as well. Whatever the doubts and queries you are having, directly you can communicate with me. Along with me, for each of 5 people, here I'm going to allocate one mentor for you. That mentor is going to stay with you until you leave the lab. For example, if you come from morning 9 to evening 12, for example, like not evening, afternoon 12. So from morning 9 to afternoon 12, he will stay with you. No, sir, if I come to lab from afternoon 2 to evening 6, he'll stay with you. How much time you spare on lab? That much time they are going to spend with you. If you get any doubts or queries, they are going to help you on your practice. And along with me, I'm also going to send spare some of my time with you, and you can communicate with me even as well. Clear now? Okay, one more last comment for today's class. Sir, currently this screen is occupied. This screen is what? I want to clear the screen. What is the command? Clear. If I give clear, it is going to clear the screen. But sir, to write the clear, how many letters I want to type? 5. Shortcut is Control L. What is the shortcut? Control L means what, sir? So you can type the command clear, or even though you can type the command Control L. So clear, shortcut is Control L. To clear the screen. That's it. Okay, these are the few comments for today class. Again, comments I said only 7 to 8 comments, but alternative comments I said lot of notes. Entire class is going to be like this. I'll teach lot of shortcuts for you. But remember, if you come to lab and if you practice, then only you can be able to remember all of these shortcuts. Clear now? Okay, now how many of you haven't wrote the notes? For you, take the screenshots. Smart working guys, you are really. Take it. And again, these notes I'll send you, okay, on your GitHub. From tomorrow onwards, I'll send these notes for you. Let me scroll. Now online you can post your doubts and queries in the meanwhile. I'm not able to get response. How the class for today? Are you able to understand? Is the class clear for you? Then great. And how many are new for today's sessions? Okay, I'll ask one thing. All of you have Netflix account? Have a? Don't have a? I'll provide free Netflix for you. Have I provided in last class or not, guys? Do you really want it? Open your mobile, all of you. Guys, can we show them their code? Give me 1 second. So let me go to GitHub, Raham Sheikh, and give all setups. So the moment if you open this one, so I'm gonna give Netflix account for you. So all of you type your IP address here. So I'm gonna give an IP. It is my IP address. Guys, please try to type this IP address on your mobiles. Newly came guys, the people who added only today. Type it, type it. Have type it on your browser. Need to type it on browser. Sir, are you getting the Netflix application here? Huh? Getting or not? And are you seeing the live logs here? Live logs. That means this many people are working with my application now. You seeing this one? This is actually what you missed on last class. Okay, but don't worry, we'll provide backup session for this. Check it, check it. Type this IP address. Have you typed this IP address? 15.188.15.248. Okay, ma? That means you enter wrong IP address. Sorry? No. Go to Google Chrome and type the IP address on your mobile. Have you got the application? All of you, boys. We are with two speed, right? So you'll get it anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Apart from 2.5, like apart from Linux, I'm saying. Forgot about the Linux classes. Your Devops course is 2.5 months. Linux is again 2 months that you can take parallelly and you can take after the course as well. Okay. No. 2.5 hours, like it's not included. If I include that for DevOps, we can spare only 30 days. Okay. Fine. Have you got it? And try to use the application now. Try to log in username and password. Sir, if I give username and password, will I get it, sir? Why won't I get it, sir? Because there is no backend code. I have only which code? Front-end code. So if I have front-end code, I can see the application. But if I want to use the application, which code I want? Backend code. When I am going to tell about backend code? On your application servers, right? So that concept is not came yet. Before that, you need to understand this concept. Okay, fine. So online guys will have some doubts and queries here. Let's go with their doubts and queries for a few minutes. First of all, so it's from Shivam. Sir, what is the volume information exactly? The meaning of volume means we can store the data here, correct? ROM here. So Shivam, whenever in your server, if you want to store some data, you can use the volume there exactly. Next, can I have the GitHub URL so that I can see the notes? Notes I haven't provided till now. From tomorrow onwards, I'm gonna provide you the notes. Okay. For today, take the screenshots and snapshots. And guys, I'm gonna send this note for admin as well so that he can provide the notes URL for you. For online people, is there any mentorship? Yes, already we said, right? So for online people, we are going to provide mentor support from daily 2 to 4 p.m. Even though if you cannot able to attend to the classes, you can practice from home itself. We will give one Zoom link. In that Zoom link, he is going to solve your doubts and queries 1:1. Okay. You can join on that link, and what are the doubts and queries you are having, right? You can communicate with him. I hope it is clear for you, Asti. Sorry, Asit. So Shivam, I think I answered your question. After the class, where should we post if we get stuck? So that's what I said, right? So we are going to provide admins for you, like they are going to help you. Next, Nitin. Hi sir, class was good. I want to meet you. Can you please spare some time with me? So directly you can come to offline. So if anyone want to meet me, or if you have some queries and doubts regarding your career as well as anything, you can meet me and you can speak with me. Okay. Next, Preeti Singh. Why are we referring ROM as volume information, fdisk-l? Why? Because ROM we need to call as volume only. Okay, that is a terminology, Preeti. We cannot change the terminology, right? We want to change the terminology. What we want to do, right? We need to create our own clouds. Then we can give whatever name you want. Satyam. Fine. This course is how many months? And let me explain the course duration for you. Why? Because some people are new for today's session, right? I'm gonna recap how many months we are going to spare with me. So total duration will be 2.5 months, and our class timings will be 10:45 to 12:15. So this is hands-on batch. What is the meaning of hands-on? Practical. Whatever the content here you are learning, completely real-time practical session. In day one only I have shown you our notes, sir. Practical session. Next, how many tools we are going to cover here? 10 DevOps tools, starting from Git, GitHub, Maven, Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, Docker Hub, Docker Swarm, Kubernetes, Terraform, Nagios, and what we call this one, SonarQube, and JFrog. These are almost all 10 tools, and 2 of them are like internet tools. Fine. And how many AWS topics here we are going to cover? 12. So VPC, S3, RDS, CLI, IAM, and auto-scaling group. Elastic load balancer we have. So these are some of the other service we are going to cover. And with this course, how much of experience we can go with, sir? Damn sure. That was why, because it is proven lively for our previous batch students. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay. 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 See, first example I'll tell you is whenever you create some user, right? Don't give the IAM access for that user. Why? Because he can change the IAM user. If there is a cloud admin, right? That cloud admin will only have the permission to allocate IAM user. If you give IAM user permission to me, for example, unfortunately, if I remove your permissions, what will you do? Can't do anything, right? Yeah. That thing you are going to see practical on IAM classes. Whatever the doubt you asked, right? That thing I'll show you practically. Exactly. Same user credentials, you can use it. For example, if I create one user, you can able to use that user, and he can able to use, anyone can able to use here. Domain. Admin, he is admin. Yeah. He will give the access keys and secret keys, then only we can be able to use it. If I don't have access key and secret key and 12-digit IAM number, I cannot able to perform any kind of operation. Clear? That's it. And what is the fee here? Sir, if you go to some other institutes, how much they are going to charge? 15,000 is the minimum here. Apart from Naresh I'm talking about, 15,000 is minimum, but some institutes will charge 20 to 25,000 as well. And if you see the content, they won't deliver the much content. But here, whatever the content I'm delivering, it is very huge content. All of this in syllabus copy. How many pages are there? Almost 20 pages, right? This much of content you will not get anywhere actually. So that's the reason I asked you to explore all the institutes here and compare the content with other. Now, what are the perks mean? So again, resume building, career guidance, mock interviews. I'm going to tell you the PDFs as well as live notes for you. And what are the additional benefit means? LinkedIn session. All of you have your LinkedIn accounts? Sure. How many of you don't have? Please raise your hands. So I'll ask everyone to create your LinkedIn account. Why? Because for our professional career, LinkedIn is going to be very, very important. How much of time you spare on Instagram daily? Even I too spare 3 hours of time in Instagram only daily. But at least I'll spend 10 minutes of time for me on LinkedIn. Why? Because whatever the opportunities I have today, it's all because of my LinkedIn only. You won't believe how much of benefits you will get from LinkedIn. What is your main goal here after taking the course? Job, right? So you can get reference on LinkedIn as well. Okay. For that purpose, you need to optimize your profile. How to optimize your profile and how to get the connections, I am going to tell you on your class only. For that purpose, no need to pay any amount of fee. And sixth one. What is sixth one? What are interpersonal skills? Soft skills, right? So communication, and taking the leadership here, and team management, everything also I'm going to tell you. Okay. For these things, we are not going to charge anything. So it is said by me out of the syllabus. Okay. There is no included on syllabus, but I am telling all of these activities for your welfare only. Clear? So this is our course duration. And one more thing, after DevOps, you can go for Linux as well. Parallelly, you can go, and after also you can go. I'll suggest you to go for Linux parallelly. And Linux is going to start on your next week. I'll inform when the batch is started. Clear for you? Okay, so now all, and still if you are having any doubts or queries, please let me know in comment sessions. Sir, we will have different class for Linux and DevOps. If yes, then what will be the timings? Yes. So your Linux class will be 4 to 6 p.m. daily. You will have two batches for Linux. First one is 4 p.m. batch. Second one is 6 p.m. batch. Online also available. Even you can come from online and you can go with offline as well. Linux class 45 days. It is up to administrator level, not the basics. Okay, they will teach you up to administrator level. So your trainer will be Imran sir. So he's going to take care of your Linux classes. Definitely. That is certification level. Okay. Next, sir, will you get the backup for videos for Linux? Yes, definitely, Akanksha. So one more thing, the people who missed the last sessions, please contact your admin. So your admin will be Rajesh sir. Please ping to this WhatsApp number. He is going to provide the missed classes. Like previously you missed couple of classes, right? He is going to provide the videos for you. We need not to pay AWS course fees separately or not. So Swapnil, in this course, I mentioned few AWS topics. For that purpose, like you know not to pay any kind of amount. But if you want to take separate AWS course, for that you need to pay some amount, Swapnil. Please share the course details PDF. Basically here I don't have access to share actually. But I can do one thing. In my GitHub, I have hands-on batch. Let me show you. Here I have something called as hands-on. One second. So if you go to my account here, there is something called as hands-on syllabus. So online guys, I'm gonna give you one live link for you. You can take the live link, and offline. Please copy this link. Why? Because from this link, I'm gonna give you the notes. So from now on, I'll start the giving notes. Open this link. So here you can see the notes, right? It is our notes or notes, but I'll update this one. Why? Because it's the last class notes actually. Copy it and paste it here. So notes you can get from here directly. I'll give one link for you. Try to open this link. Are you seeing the link here? HTTPS. All of you open your mobile and try to copy this link. From this link, you can get the live notes. Okay, whatever the notes I said to you, right? I update on this link only. So next, Diviti Sony. So hi sir, at what time you will be there in institute once we want to meet you directly? So directly from 9 to 1, I'll stay on institute only. So you can come at that time, Sony. Do you get any course completion certification from Naresh Shetty? Of course, course completion as well as you will get the placement support as well. Once your course is done, right, Naresh Shetty is going to send mails for you regarding the placement. Okay, so you can utilize them. All of you copied this. So if you type this on your browser, you can get my syllabus copy link. Basically, yeah, we are going to change the room in couple of days. Don't worry, I'll ask admins to change the room after a couple of days. Basically, we need to have some separate room, not like this. That will be very good. But from tomorrow onwards, I'll try to change the room. Okay. What will be the approximate end date for this course? Approximate means you can, this is August, right? September, October, and November, first week or second week, Sushmita. You can expect. By the time of November, like it's hiring season. So October and November will be hiring season. So by the hiring season, you can finish the course as well. Okay, then so offline. So any doubts or queries from your end, first of all? What is? Proc is a folder actually. In Linux, we have some folder. In that folder, we have a folder called proc, P-R-O-C. So that will contains all the hardware information in proc folder. So if you want to show me, there is a command called cd slash. To give cd slash, are you seeing proc here? Where it is? Yeah. Are you seeing this one here? If you go to this folder now, inside this, you will have all the hardware files. Are you seeing all the hardware files here? That's it. So that is called as Linux directory system. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you what is directory system and what you need to learn on directory system. Okay. So the class will be from Monday to Friday or in weekends.